This is Cybert signing into Red Alert 3 on the map. Infinity Isle. You all know it's Infinity Isle. It's never not. Infinity Isle on the left side as the purple Empire player. This is Fedon. And as the orange Empire player on the right side, this is Khay. Khay and Fedon. We'll see how this Empire v Empire on Infinity Isle goes. You know, it's, we'll just see. I have a ton of replays on the hard drive, but they're pretty much all stuff that I want to do as multi-game videos. So we got some stuff from the Christmas tournaments. We got some viewer-submitted replays. By the way, big thanks to the folks who support the channel over on Patreon. Big thanks to them for the last year, basically, of supporting the channel. Always appreciated, never obligated. And we've got just a ton of stuff that I have not had time to get to. Because most of it is tournaments. There's some kind of, like, shorter series, some longer series that I want to get to. And I haven't also had any time... Ooh, right into a sudden transport with 5 tank busters. I have not had time to install Corona. So, as you know, the Corona mod for Red Alert 3 has been long anticipated by many people in the Red Alert 3 community. It's a mod that adds a ton of new units, an entirely new faction, and it looks bonkers, and I have not had time to install it. I have not had time to do anything as of yet. For a second, I thought it might be one of those sudden transports disguised as an MCV trick, which is pretty funny. Khay jumps out, gets a shot on one Mecha Tengu, a good burst of damage. Fedon pulls that Mecha Tengu to the back, and it looks like Khay is going to be able to escape for the current moment. Going to split off a couple of Tengus? No, he's keeping them all together. I thought this was going to be a 3 Tengu harass where you attack at 3 different points, and you just drop a single Tengu in each location, and you kind of say bye-bye to them. That can be a dangerous game to play in an Empire mirror especially, where you can get behind and stay behind if you are the harassing player. And then, of course, guys like Dimon will make it look very powerful when you split off just individual Tengus to take care of targets by themselves. MCV split to the outside of the island. For a second, I was losing track of the MCV and wondering if Fedon went for a sneaky MCV sell, which I feel like is maybe more common in Empire matches than in anything else. Khay actually going to be walling himself off completely. It looks like he's kind of giving up the high ground, and he says there is going to be Tengus, and that's pretty much it from me for this game. Fedon swings by. He sees the big, massive Tengus. He doesn't want to engage when his opponent has the repair advantage. And this is a situation where both players are a little bit scared to go up to Tier 2. They're a little bit worried about getting jumped on by the other guy. There's one kill by Fedon. He cleans up one of the Tengus. He's going to go for the transform. He's going for another one. He's going to be able to jump on one more. Good push forward there. That's a sudden transport with tank busters. That's not a Tengu. And it looks like Fedon getting the initial victory, but those tank busters will really help curb the tide. And that's one of those situations where if those tank busters aren't there, Fedon wins that engagement. Whole cloth. There is no way for Fedon to be stopped, really. But those tank busters are so powerful that they do swing things into the favor of Khay, and Khay is going to get the snipe on the oil derrick. Great move there. He's even going to take this opportunity to sneak out his own third refinery. He's going to go for the water expansion, which can be a little bit dangerous. Sudden transport gets jumped on. It looks like the tank busters are going to get cleaned up. It's going to be a costly engagement, but one way or the other, the sudden transport and the tank busters will be dealt with. Barely, just enough Tengus to keep control. Fedon, are you kidding me? Khay goes for the third expansion. He goes for the power plant, and that tips the Tengu favor to Fedon just enough to win that engagement outright. get the kill on that sudden transport. But now Fordell has lost his oil derrick, and Khay has gained tier 2, a naval yard, and his own third refinery. So Fordell has the clock ticking on his game. He's going to have to figure something out, and that something might just be more Tengu spam. We will see. Fordell's been really smart about his engagements up to this point, but this is where he's going to have to get even more done with them, or Fordell is just going to run away with the match. Fordell actually putting the fear into Khay, and actually a reverse here as both players going for a bit of harassment, and there's actually going to be point defense drones to try and save that harvester. He's getting repaired while the point defense drones absorb the damage. The refinery taking a ton of health, but as long as it does not fall, Khay will still be all right. Going for tier 2, both of these guys now with the potential of tsunami tanks to run around the map. Khay going to be losing his third refinery. Fordell has been able to punish that completely, and it looks like he's putting the pressure on other places. That naval yard, which should have been an opportunity for Khay to continue to mix things up and to strike forward into the middle of the game with the strength of the naval yard. And now the naval yard is still sitting scared on land, afraid to move out, as it has been for the last couple of minutes. Point defense drones, but Khay stops for just a moment. That might be enough for Fordell to close the distance, and now it's going to be a transform, a surround, and the kill of that Tengu. Nothing you can really do in that situation except for turn around and fight. Khay now has to kind of take what should have been a big economic advantage and rebuild it. He's had the oil derrick, so he's had that little smidge of an economic advantage for this entire time since he killed the oil derrick of Fordell. But a lot has happened up and down in this game. Good tsunami tank production from Fordell. I'm not sure that we've seen... Okay, yeah, we actually do have 3 tsunami tanks on the side of Khay. That's a good catch, and this is actually brilliant here from Fordell. He's going to get all 3 of these Tengus if he wants them. And nice split by Khay. Fordell gets the kill on both anyways, so all losses there for Khay. Fordell has carved himself out a gigantic army advantage, but the economic advantage still lies with Khay. I'm not sure how much that is actually making up for, because of course he has not quite harvested enough from this ore mine to offset the cost of building the 2 harvesters or the 2 refineries to get it. So it's not quite an economic win just yet. Oh my gosh, just barely into that civilian structure. The tsunami tanks are going to be able to tear that apart nice and quick. And Khay is going to have to defend out on the water as the Tengus look for that opening, look for that opportunity out there on the water. Big transform as the point defense drones land on all of them, and the Yurii mini-sub is going to be going for the kill on these Mecha Tengus, but that's going to take a long time. This is enough Tengus, and the tsunami tanks are far enough away that this refinery is all but finished. They may even try and sacrifice a couple of these Tengus to get the kill. Tsunami tanks just... as the transform happens is when those nanodeflectors wear off, and Fordell in confident control of this game. He didn't kill the naval yard, and that just sort of means that he moves on to the high ground. We'll see if that ends up being a problem for him later, but at the current moment, killing that naval yard is one of those things on his list that he's got to keep in the back of his mind. He doesn't necessarily have to do anything about it just yet, but if that baby gets up to tier 3, it could cause a real big problem for him. Nice control there by Fordell. I think he only loses 1 Tengu in that whole setup. Escapes the tsunami tanks twice. Escapes the strikers. And yeah, Khay is going to search the other side of the map, and if he sells off this naval yard, no one will blame him. But I feel like from this position, he's got to play defensively. He's got to try and get to like shoguns or something. He just has to get something out to be able to actually contend with these forces. And maybe that's build up a little Yurii mini sub fleet so that he's got maybe 4 of them before the Tengus show up, and then get out a couple of Sea Wings as well before you take that 3rd. But nope, the naval yard is going to get sniped. There's the refresh of those point defense drones, but it's going to be the tier 2 Mecha Base snipe. This is how you get yourself back in the game, baby. And these tsunami tanks are also going to get targeted down. It's worth trading at least a couple of these strikers. I don't know, is it worth trading all of them? It may not be, but we'll see. Maybe when you're in that situation, this is the only thing you can hope for against a fully heroic Tengu that is bursting down your strikers. He's going to get every single striker, but he's going to get every single tsunami. No! One tsunami barely survives as the tsunamis of Khay show up and start targeting down that MCV. It's going to be tsunamis versus nothing as these Tengus are still in the sky, and the Mecha Bay has been completely shut down, which means the main base is exposed, and there are no reinforcements for so long for Fordell. Is he just going to go for a base trade? Go onto the other side of the map and try and go for a kill on Khay's buildings. Khay doesn't have anything spread out, and they both still have an MCV, so that much is going for them, but I don't know what you do in this situation. Yeah, it's going to be a base trade. He's going to try and go for the power plants, go for one and then another, as it's going to be refineries standing up for each player to try and keep them in this game. A third refinery coming up once again for Khay. That high ground refinery is the only thing that Fordell really feels like he needs to defend. As long as he can maintain one bit of economy and shut down his opponent, then he can still have a place in this game. The MCV survives, and the MCV survives. So getting back up to a Mecha Bay, getting back that power, everything is starting to turn up for Fordell, except, of course, his economy. Looks like a Tank Buster surprise maybe was called in by Fordell, and Khay is going to kind of cut and run. Maybe he cleans up this refinery on his way out, but Fordell, looking to do a bit of cleanup. Khay getting the scout off, and he will kind of realize the situation that he's in. Both players are in a terrible, terrible spot, and gives away another fully heroic status to one of those Tengus. Fordell claiming those veteran, elite, and heroic status on his units, as maybe is going to play a bigger role in this game than anyone anticipated. Khay finds the damage. He finally kills that refinery. He's kind of scraping together a potential to stay in this game. He's got those two refineries in his main base still, but he's going to lose another power plant. And he did maintain his Mecha Bay this entire time, so he didn't have to rebuild that, get back up to that tier 2 or anything. But he's going to be losing these units. Khay is just going to fall against the Tengus of Fordell. There's a sell-off of one of those barracks. Back up to tier 2. Strikers are out, and the second refinery in the main base does fall. So Fordell has been completely cleaned up in the main base, and these strikers and these tank busters going for the kill on these tsunami tanks. And Khay might just try and go for it. If he can kill this refinery, that is all of the economy. Even activates Emperor's Overcharge there as Emperor's Rage as he's going for the kill on that refinery. He's barely not going to get it as the MCV chases away these tsunamis. He's going to try and get to the other side. No! One tsunami goes down. The other tsunami closes the distance, and he's going to get the refinery split from Khay there. Tsunamis going in every single direction. They're all going to get cleaned up, but not before killing that refinery. How much cash does Fordell actually have in the bank? Maybe none at all, as he's maybe even going to be losing another power plant here as Khay, with a fully heroic tsunami tank, is just blasting away at it. And it's going to take so long. He actually should have jumped inside of that Civ structure. He would have gotten there into the attack range a little bit more quickly. And the tsunami tank runs away. He doesn't try to sacrifice himself to get the kill on that power plant. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but he's going to take another shot. No, it was a mistake. He should have stayed there and gone for the kill. Unless he can he somehow escape? Oh my gosh, I can't believe King Kong. Or I can't believe Fordell didn't just turn around and get the kill against Khay with all of his Tengus. There's the transform of the striker. Instant snipe there. One tsunami tank down. A couple of tank busters on the side of Fordell do manage to survive this MCV, taking a ton of damage from that tsunami tank. And the power plant may survive, but the tsunami tank is going to get the kill on every single tank buster. And Khay, with one single tsunami tank, might be able to kill all of the buildings of Fordell before Fordell manages to kill off the structures of Khay. And Khay just needs to cut and run. The MCV is down. As long as he can just buy time, he's got this game. The power plant falls, and Khay, no, he loses the tsunami tank. Are you kidding? After all of that, after keeping it alive for so long against so much, he loses it. And now Fordell, with no cash, no MCV, a power plant, and a Mecha Bay, his only way to produce anything is getting overwhelmed. Khay is getting overwhelmed as Fordell pops up the Tank Buster, and Khay is gonna... Actually, he activates the Emperor's Rage. He barely manages to hold on against those... Oh, what are the Tengus all go down? Fordell has been defeated. No production, no economy, no MCV, and Fordell takes the L. Khay does it, and Khay, with just an inch of life there, manages to stomp out Fordell. Fordell, if he had a couple more units, if his production was a little bit stronger, that would have been it. He did not kill as much as Kay's base as I thought he did. Khay actually had a decent amount of stuff there at the end that I didn't realize never went down, and as a result, Fordell loses that game, and Khay is the victor. That'll do it for this match. Thank you all very much for watching, and this is Cyber signing out.